Yo guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be talking about FUT Player Days 2.0, as well as we're going to be talking about the market crash it brought with it. We're going to talk about the best time to buy players, the best time to sell players if you're holding on to some. We're going to talk about fodder, we're going to talk about just cards coming down, and the craziness that, came with yesterday. Now, of course, for those that don't know, with FUT Player Days, we actually got an encore team, which we should have saw the first time around. Basically, it's one of the top card from each promo, or one of the top cards from each promo. And as you can see, a pretty decent selection right there. We have some pretty interesting cards, and obviously these ones are all back in packs. Now, what we saw was a lot of these cards were rare, and of course, now that they're back in packs, we're seeing these cards come down a significant amount getting supplied. Some of the big ones being like Messi, VVD. Not to mention, we also got a Showdown SBC for the first time in so long, as well as we had player picks. We also had some player day challenges and stuff like that. And we also got the 85 times 5 upgrade again. So we saw, some cards go up due to this. We saw informs fly a little bit yesterday. They came back down though. And of course, some of the higher rated fodders sat up a little bit more. But regardless, we got a ton of supply yesterday with lightning rounds. I think we're going to continue to see the same thing later today with more lightning rounds. I think we're going to see lightning rounds every day, just like we did last time round. So expect that. Now, of course, we'll take a look at the market first. We're seeing a lot of these cards come, that are in packs, back in packs, come down a decent amount. Say Maximin, he's down to like under 300k or under 400k now on both consoles, and a significant drop from where he was. He was 500 something k on Xbox. He's over 600k on PlayStation, so a significant 100k drop. The big drop being Virgil van Dijk. The reason why his card was so rare, we haven't had supply of it since November, and even then we didn't get much supply of him, and now we're seeing a ton of them onto the market. His prices completely fell from the sky. 700k on Xbox, 800k on PlayStation, to 300k. He lost half his price, half his value. So a really significant drop in someone like Virgil van Dijk. I'd imagine that his price is going to end up staying like this. Messi's another one that came back into packs. He's down a bit as well, and basically any card that came back in the packs is coming down. We're getting a lot of supply of them, and that'll kind of continue. Messi from about a mil to 800k on both consoles. Again, about 200k drop on a card like Messi. And again, you're going to continue to see this. Now you're going to see a little bit of panic on those alternatives as well. Like Messi, for example, his 94 will probably come down as the 95 goes down. And the same kind of thing for the rest of those cards. Again, it's pretty similar. All these cards are the same. I'm not going to keep going through each and every one of them. But you're going to continue to see this kind of drop. I think, with the cards like this, if you are holding any of these cards, first off, I'm sorry. I mean, take a look at someone like Quadrado. He got murdered on Xbox. But if you're holding one of these cards, I'm sorry. Personally, there's not really a best time to sell a card like this because, again, we're going to continue to see supply for the remainder of the week. I believe on the console, the promo is supposed to end on, April 13th. Or at least the squad will be going out of packs on April 13th. So, 3 more days. It'll be Tuesday, I think it is. So, there's that. So watch out for that, guys, of course. But you're going to continue to see these cards kind of come down with supply on the market. So on to our next thing, and that's fodder. Now, a lot of people were fodder invested. I know a lot of you guys were fodder invested. We didn't get anything good enough to where fodder really rose up. Like I said, we did get the 85 pack. And even then, 85s are still super, super low. I really don't think it really did much. But you're seeing a lot of these cards come down a ton in prices. 84s down to 7k. They were at 11k just a few weeks ago. Even 88s. 88s are now sitting where 86s were. A bunch coming under 40k. So it's a really significant drop. I think, we're going to continue to see this drop happen with the lightning rounds. I think once the lightning rounds are done, it may be a good time to buy. I think they're just getting a little bit too low. And eventually we have to get some kind of content. Now, the reason why these dropped was because we didn't get any icon content, of course. People are waiting for those icon picks. They're invested for them. And we're just not getting anything. and that's why you're kind of seeing these cards come down a bit. Personally, I think, it's not a bad shout to pick some of them up. 87s under 30k, it's a really good deal. We have Team of the Season coming, and, eventually these cards are going to go up in price. I just think it's a little bit it's too low. Now, personally, if I'm one of you guys now, wait until maybe Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. I think the best time to buy fodder is going to be those times. We're going to see if we're going to continue to get lightning rounds throughout the weekend. And then someone like me who isn't actively trading anymore, I think it's a really good shout to just get a bunch of these cards, go, unassigned if possible, and just hold, because eventually these cards will end up going back up. I can't see us going too much more without any icon content. I just think it's coming. I'm a really big fan of those 86s and 87s. I think they're really, really just too low for me. And especially the 87s, man. With icon content, we're going to see those higher rated cards needed. And I just think this is too low. And even some of these big cards like, Alisson, Courtois, I think are just still too low. Now, looking at the gold informs, we saw some of them go up a lot yesterday, but they've all come back down. Anything in packs has dragged down a lot of prices. I think everyone 80 and under, there's, informs at discard price. Of course, investing at discard price is never a bad shout. Of course, the inform investing, I'm going to leave it up to you, but we have some 82s that are getting very low. Again, 12k, 10k. I wouldn't be opposed to picking up a few of these. Reason being, again, all it takes is one SBC. Supply is still fairly low on both consoles, and all it takes is one SBC and these cards will fly, of course. But again, some of these cards are coming down a good amount. 84s down to 25k, 85s at 30k, so they've come down a decent amount. We still have some of these that are in packs right now, but I do think some of these cards will rise, and I'm not opposed to inform investing, especially in a few cards like this, Good Leagues, Good Nations. I really like Pavard's card. I believe he's in this current Team of the Week, if I'm not wrong. Is he Team of the Week 28, right? Yeah, that's this one, right? Yeah, that's this one. So any of these cards that are still in, they're going to get heavily supplied this week. I think it's a good idea to pick them up. I think they will end up rising as far as that goes. Now, for some of the other cards on the market, like those gold metas, Messi, that's out of packs, you won't see much of a change, but you're going to likely see these cards continue to drop, Mbappe, Neymar, Ronaldo. That's just due to the fact, of course, we're seeing that supply come down. They actually did go up into Friday, 380, 360. So, not really much of a change. I don't know how heavy the supply was, honestly, but I know fodder came down a bit, and that was due to overinvestment. But still, I'd imagine some of these cards will continue to get packed. Obviously, any of the cards that have special cards won't get packed. But still, you guys know what I'm trying to say here. Just be careful, those golds will continue to kind of stay flat and drop, especially if we're going to get lightning rounds for the next 4 days, like we did the first time around with player days. We'll see, though. We'll see. Now, looking at icons, of course, I know some of you guys will ask about the icons. Not a big difference. The icon market's still doing its normal thing. Those top cards are going to stay at that price. We are seeing a little bit of a drop of cards like Eto'o and Maldini, and even Puskas, some of these kind of lower versions of the cards. And then we have the mid here. With this drop, I don't know. It doesn't even really look like it's that much of a significant drop. I guess, yeah, 200k or so, but I wouldn't really be too worried. Again, some of these top tier cards will be fine. And yeah, that's really all I can say. We really won't see any big drop on those icons until we get, probably Team of the Season out, because we're getting a ton of really good cards, or we get some really, really good, icon SBCs. We get some really good, player picks or something. But as of right now, I just don't see us getting anything that's really going to, change the dynamic of those icon prices. Again, these are the current icon SBCs that we have. And even then, it's just a very underwhelming selection. I think Zambrotta is probably one of the better ones you can take. And Makalele isn't terrible, but still, there's just so many other icons that they could drop, and they just won't right now. So as far as icon prices go, I'd imagine they're going to continue to stay up. Any of those bases that really are useless now, as we get more and more special cards, especially with Team of the Season, you're going to continue to see those cards just die. So obviously just be aware of that. But I mean, other than that, guys, I mean, that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. If you guys enjoyed, please drop a thumbs up. Let me know your thoughts on this current, player days promo. I mean, we got 2.0. It's really nothing special, just like the first one. It is what it is, I guess. But again, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure you drop a thumbs up. Let me know down below what your thoughts are on it. Subscribe if you're new. Until next time, peace.